What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from dopetechdaily.com, and today I'm bringing you guys a quick comparison between the Galaxy S8 Plus and the Galaxy Note FE, the Galaxy Note Fan Edition. I did unbox the Note FE a couple days ago. If you guys want to check it out, I'll drop a link below in the description. Now, this, first of all, let me preface by saying is my opinion comparing the two phones and the pros and cons. Just give you guys some reasons about why you might want to buy the Galaxy Note FE over the S8 Plus. A lot of people have asked me, is there any compelling reason to do so? So first of all, the design of the phones, obviously slightly different. The main difference being that you've got the 18:9 extra tall aspect ratio on the Galaxy S8 Plus with those very minimal top bezels, as you guys can see right there. One thing to notice about this is that with the Galaxy Note FE, you do get the traditional 16:9 aspect ratio, which I personally prefer, and most media is shot in that native aspect ratio, which makes it a little bit easier. You don't get the black bars on the side, and if you want to fill the whole screen on the S8 Plus, you lose a little bit of quality. Now, that might not be a huge problem to some people, but I also prefer the extra width of the Galaxy Note FE in terms of the screen. Now, if you look and put them side by side, it isn't a huge difference, but there's definitely a little bit of a width there added, and that gives you a little bit better grip on the phone. Also, the Galaxy Note FE is not quite as tall. One of the reasons that the height of the phone is important in this particular case is on the very back here. You guys know the fingerprint scanner on the Galaxy S8 Plus is located in that top corner. I'm not a huge fan of the placement. Of course, I got used to it over time with muscle memory, but I'd rather have the fingerprint scanner here on the front. And I think that's the first big reason outside of the aspect ratio that you might want to go with the Note FE over something like the Galaxy S8 Plus. Another thing that I want to mention about the size of the screen is the screen to body ratio appears to be much better or much higher on the Galaxy S8 Plus, but if you actually look up the numbers and do the computations, it's not that much different. You're looking at about, I think, 83 or 84% on the Galaxy S8 Plus, whereas on the Galaxy Note FE, I think it's something like 80%. So maybe 3 or 4% higher screen to body ratio, which isn't really anything incredibly drastic in my personal opinion. So I prefer the aspect ratio on the Note FE, prefer that extra width. I like the fingerprint scanner on the front quite a bit more than I do the one on the back. The next reason that you might want to get the Note FE over the Galaxy S8 or the S8 Plus is the Bixby button. If you're not a huge fan of having that hardware button, it's not the end of the world, of course. You know, you're not forced to use Bixby. Someone pointed this out in my unboxing of the Note FE, but you are forced to have that button on your phone. Samsung has made repeated attempts to block any remapping of that, so it's very user hostile in my opinion. Galaxy Note 8 is going to have that as well. So of course, if you don't want that, it's not on the Galaxy Note FE, just like it wasn't on the Note 7. So that's a reason to consider perhaps picking up this phone. Of course, the obvious one here, and this is one that, you know, doesn't really matter too much because the Note 8's coming out soon. The Galaxy Note FE does have the S Pen because it's a Note series, and of course the Galaxy S8 Plus doesn't. Of course, that's not a huge problem. If you like the Galaxy S8 Plus design, just wait for the Galaxy Note 8 for a couple more weeks and get that one instead. Those are most of the design reasons that you might want to pick up one of these phones over the other. The next big reason that I can think of is just the overall attractiveness of the color of the coral blue. I mentioned this, I don't have a coral blue S8 Plus, but if you look at the coral blue on the Galaxy Note FE, it's a little bit different, it's a little bit lighter. It also has that rose gold trim around the side. Pretty good chance that Samsung is not going to offer that again this year. So if you like this particular color option, you're probably not going to have a chance to get it again. It's not quite the same on the Galaxy S8. If you notice on the front, you've got coral blue on the front of the Note FE. You've got a black screen on the front of the Galaxy S8, which some people might like. Again, just my personal opinion. When it comes to everything else, I mean, most of the other things on the two are pretty equal, to be honest. The performance in day-to-day use, you're not going to notice a huge difference between the Exynos 8890 and the Snapdragon 835. So far, the battery life has been a little bit worse on the Galaxy Note FE. I got about 4 hours yesterday screen on time. I usually get about 5 on the Galaxy S8 Plus, but it does have a bigger battery, so that's expected. That was also my first charge cycle. Most of the features are present. You're going to lose the HDR capability from the screen on the Galaxy Note FE. Camera quality on the rear camera is the same for both of them. You know, you're not going to really see any differences there. On the front camera, you will notice a little bit of a bump on the Galaxy S8 Plus. You've got an 8 megapixel sensor versus the 5 megapixel sensor on the front of the Note FE. That's something to consider. The screens, I mean, aside from the actual difference in aspect ratio, both are incredibly sharp. Those beautiful, vibrant AMOLED Samsung displays. I really like them. You've still got your iris scanner on the Galaxy Note FE, of course, so you can use that option as well if you want. If you don't like the capacitive buttons on the Note FE, that might be a reason, to possibly go with the S8 Plus or the Note 8 over it. So, I mean, in terms of performance, if you really care about gaming, that would really be the only reason, I think, to get the S8 Plus over the Note FE. And of course, if you want a future-proof or if you're really into the spec side. But in terms of running these day-to-day, you can't notice any difference when opening things like Gmail, etc. You see there, the S8 Plus actually opened the Gmail a little bit delayed over the Note FE, probably just because I didn't have it fully in memory. But if you open them both from the same time, you're not going to see a huge difference. I turned the animation down a little bit on my Galaxy S8 Plus. But overall, I like the Note FE in terms of its design, better than the S8 and the S8 Plus. The symmetry just looks a lot better. Again, you guys can see there the back-facing symmetry, fingerprint scanner location, and personally, I like the 16:9 aspect ratio. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, those bezels are huge in 2017, but it's not really that huge of a deal to me overall. Anyway, definitely don't buy the Note FE at this point if you're an average consumer, in my opinion. I think that you want to wait for the Note 8, see what it offers. The Galaxy Note FE is going to go down in price a lot. Right now, it's a ton of money to import it. I paid $800, so I don't recommend that. Wait for the Note 8. If you really want one of these after you see what the Note 8 has to offer, then go ahead and pick one up. It'll probably drop down to $400 or $500. You'll be able to get one on Swappa for the same price, or maybe even a little bit less. All right, guys, so that's a quick comparison just between the S8 Plus and the Note FE, in my opinion, some of the things to watch out for picking up one or the other. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe so I can make future videos like this. Find me at Dope Tech Daily, Google+, Instagram, and Twitter at the links in the description. Appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.